everybody. Welcome to continuation of our league from the other night. We are starting 3-0. Hopefully we can get a 5-0, but I have to win 2 matches to do that. A couple of things have popped up the last couple of days. The Tybalt's, not only has Tybalt's Trickery continued to kind of pop up in these leagues, but also there are some new Tybalt Cascade decks with the Planeswalker instead of the so we are on the play. Yeah, seems fine on the play. Question is, how do I want a little sequence here? Okay, opponent's mulliganing quite a bit, so that leads me to believe they might be the Tybalt's Trickery deck. Scalding Tarn and pass. So Covered Mountain doesn't really tell me a whole lot, but still could easily be. Okay, opponent can't do anything here, so they would have needed to play Forest to have turn 1. I'm just going to play Island, so there's no window for our opponent to do anything dumb here. Chalice of the Void on 1. Not even sure we particularly care about that, but it's going to fetch Forest here, I guess. Play Uro. Play out Flooded Strands. We could either get a white source or another island. I feel like we're going to get Blood Moon this turn. Question is, what's more important in our deck? Guess we want to get Plains, so we could potentially cast Omnath and such. So looks like we're up against Prison. What? No. So Teferi, Bounce Moon, draw Hour of Promise. Don't know that they can beat an Uro. Alright, so it looks like we're up against Prison. So we want these cards. We probably want Engineered Explosives. Probably need to leave in some number of pass and bolts for something like Goblin Rabble Master. We'll go down that, go down that. Hmm. Round 6 is a little less effective in these situations. This hand's fine, I think. Use that to get basic island. So okay, sure. Not gonna complain, I guess. Well, I mean, you're on the play. Only thing we're lacking is white mana. Okay. So we're likely up against trickery combo here. I guess this could be Valki nonsense. Scalding Tarn and pass. Guess we Hmm. This leaves us vulnerable as heck to a lot of things, unfortunately. Kind of like that. Okay, how did my Omnath die exactly? Oh, he exiled it with Tybalt. Alright. That makes a bit more sense now. Alright, well. Looks like the 5-0 dream might get crushed by the new bullshit of the week. Alright, so probably go down an Uro. Yeah. And it's more annoying than the Tybalt's Trickery deck, honestly. Well, His hand is kind of sketch. Mainly just because we're so vulnerable to Blood Moon. I still think I'm going to keep it, but it is... Yeah. mtgotavern started monkeying with a Tybalt, the Planeswalker deck. And it basically plays all the stupid Cascade cards, except it's putting 7-mana Tybalt Planeswalker into play off of Valki. And also happens to play like 8 copies of Blood Moon. So it's basically... got like everything covered pretty much. What the fuck? I'm about to get turn 1 Violent Outbursted. Yeah, this is like complete total bullshit. Yeah, I just got Tybalted on turn 1. Yeah, their deck basically plays like a glut of 3-drops and Cascade spells. It's just... it's complete total broken bullshit. They also got to play Feel the Dead. Now I have to do this main phase, or they can just use the Cryptic command. Fuck this. Yeah, yeah, it's worse than turn 1 Emmy. Because at least you can disrupt that horse crap. Or they have to play a consistently worse deck. This is just... our opponent just gets to jam good spells. Like, their deck is 4 Valki, a whole pile of 3-drops, and 4 Bloodbraid Elf. They get to play Simian Spirit Guide and Gemstone Caverns, and most of their 3-drops are like Seasoned Pyromancer, Bone Crusher Giant, Dismember, Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon. So not only are you staring down the barrel of, turn 1, 7 mana, Violent Outburst into Tybalt, the Planeswalker, which gives you like infinite value against any deck, even the de facto best deck in the format. You're also staring down actual factual game plans, and you also have to play around 8 copies of Blood Moon. So you get the best of Mono Red Prison, you get the best of the Tybalt's Trickery combo Broken Shenanigans, and you still get to play a value mid-range game. All while nullifying the advantages of most other decks. So, I haven't had an opportunity to play any other decks against it, but it's kind of hard for most decks to beat a turn 2 7-mana Planeswalker, or turn 3 7-mana Planeswalker. So... no, it's Magic in 2021. Magic in 2021 so far might actually be worse than 2020 Magic. So, this is an Uro pile. We 3-0'd traditional modern decks. I'm sure it's fun to play with. It's just another stain on this modern format right now. Modern is a complete shit show right now. And I don't use swear words on this stream lightly, but it's complete bullcrap that you're staring down 7-mana Planeswalkers on turn 2, or turn 2 Emeralds, or turn 3, oops, you're dead. Tybalt's Trickery is annoying, don't get me wrong. Like, especially primarily playing Burn, it's a complete miserable experience for Burn players. But it does get disrupted by Thoughtseize, or Inquisition, or Force of Negation, or Mana Leak, or Remand, or, all of these different things can interact with it. Like, it's not unbeatable as long as you're playing interaction for spells. Which there's a lot of in Modern. But this pile, not like the deck I'm playing, just got manhandled by a deck that can not only outgrind me because of 7-mana Tybalt, but can also Blood Moon me, can also, drop Goblin Rabble Masters, or Bone Crusher Giants, or, yeah. So it's complete total, horse crap. People complain about Uro, and don't get me wrong, Uro is an egregious card. But in comparison, they need to fix the Cascade rules a little bit, and probably ban some of the crap going on in Modern right now. This used to be my favorite format, but anymore, it's a crap show. I don't know. This deck requires a lot of decisions. This deck requires knowing how to function your mana base. We had a ton of interaction for turn 2 Tybalt and still got smashed by it. We had 3 Aether Gusts, 3 Mana Leaks, 3 Celestial Purges, but even Charbelcher folds to a Force of Negation. Like Charbelcher, Oops All Spells, at least those decks fold to interaction most of the time. Like, dying on turn 1, don't get me wrong, sucks. But those decks fold interaction. The deck we just played didn't. Or doesn't. Although it doesn't really play much interaction itself. At least in terms of, like, for spell-based stuff. Anywho, thanks to Doomwake, mtgotavern, and whoever else is working on that pile. Saw Doomwake working on it. Yeah, let's open some packs, shall we? See if I get anything interesting off of this. Nope, I got some swamps. I got a Liliana Scout, a Wilderness Patrol, Astral Drift, woohoo. Wow. Reciprocate. Alright. And yeah. So. But even Legacy has the same problem now. Turn 2 or 3 Shardless Agent into Valki's a thing. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. To an extent, but Shardless Sultai is a Force of Will deck itself. You know, that was a deck I was messing with a little bit, and it seemed close to playable without Valki. And now with Valki and Tybalt, it seems pretty viable. But once again, I haven't exactly kept up with Legacy, so shrug. Yeah, Oko. See, even as a burn player, I have less of a problem with Uros and Okos than I do just dying on turn 2. You know, at least with Oko and Uro, you have some counterplay to them. You know, they're still permanent-based things that you can interact with. You know, turn 3 Oko out of a Delver deck, oh no, I just Pyroblast it, or I just Abrupt Decay it. Maybe they made a token. You know, whereas it's okay to Emrakul your opponent on turn 2, or Blood Moon them on turn 1, and then Valki them on turn 2. On a side note, very glad for the 4-1. It's been a minute since I've had a decent run with any decks in any formats the last several months. I can't even tell you the last time I had a 4-1, so I'm very thankful for that. Yes, but even in Arena, like, I got turn 3 Ugin on Arena, right? So I got turn 3 Ugin, best of 1. I was on Gruul. So my opponent could have wiped my board, but I had collected company. But even that's a crapshoot, Krorik, because you have to play more spells in your deck, because you have to have a 0-mana artifact, or, you know, a Tormod's Crypt, or an Ugin's Construct. So there's this risk that you're going to, like, trickery into something worse. You know, with the Valki decks, the only thing they can cascade into off of Demonic Dread or Violent Outburst is Valki. So there's no fail. You're getting hit by a 7-mana Planeswalker. Yeah, whatever the deck I saw play Dugan's Construct, Tormod's Crypt, and then flipped over into an Ugin, and I still beat it. Point being is, you still had things like I think it was like a turn 4, sorry, because they mulliganed to 5, and I just collected company, untapped, and killed them because I had Embercleave in hand. But even if I didn't have Embercleave, I still had a hasty threat. But even that, you know, even in that format, you've got something like, you know, a Muxus or Thoughtseize, or, you know, there's enough going on that you're still getting disrupted. The Valki deck that we just played against is just, even if you disrupt it, you're still, even if you disrupt it, you're still staring down, reasonable mid-range threats. You're still staring down Chandras and Bloodbraid Elves and Bone Crusher Giants and Magus of the Moons and Blood Moons and Goblin Rabble Masters, and you're still staring at 3-mana bomb after 3-mana bomb after 3-mana bomb after 3-mana bomb. On top of this random, I can Blood Moon you onto. On top of this, I can drop a 7-mana Planeswalker on turn 2, which not even Tron can do. It's just stupid. Anyways, 4-color Uro pile, still a good deck in the format. Still stuff it's going to lose to. We 4-1'd. It's kind of a nice league. I got some cards to return, and I'm going to probably switch over and try to do a burn league. I must really be feeling suicidal tonight. Magically feeling suicidal, not reality. Just so we're clear. But I'm going to flip over to that.